We are live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and other people, of course, who go by something different. Looking forward to another night of F2, and co-commentating with me tonight again is Jack.
Yes, that is me, the non-binary, gender-fluid F1 esports racer.
Looking for that wild card, or? Well, anyway, already got a comment. Lovely to see people in chat already.
Oh, they're all here to see the legend that is Relentless Nolan.
Absolutely. Let's get a word on that before we start. How happy are you to join Relentless?
It sucks, mate.
Oh.
Dead team, dead team, dead leader, dead everything. XL didn't want me, QVR said no. NSX told me to say something that I can't repeat, so I just joined Jav instead.
Anyone in particular you'd like to call out from Relentless?
No beef here. No beef here. We're all happy.
Just toxic outwards, not inwards. Good.
Whoa. Respect.
Well, we've already got two Relentless members in chat. Passe and Jav, and Jav's already threatening with his statements, so
moving on.
Well, we'll be racing around the beautiful track of Zandvoort tonight. It is a pad track, isn't it?
Pad ABS is loving life right now. You know, not one to brag or anything, but pre-season victory.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, we'll see in an hour and a bit whether you can replicate that in D1.
Yeah, it's a very tough track in all seriousness, especially if you're on overtaking so difficult anyway, and if you're on wheel, especially ABS in turn 3, getting out of that corner, or turn 4 even. Sorry, you really do benefit from having ABS. Some people will probably use that to complain, but you have the option to turn it on or off. That's your choice.
Yeah, very true. And well, we know that these cars can be very tricky on traction. It's about getting the right feel in certain corners, and Zandvoort is infamous for the tricky traction zones. So, what should the drivers be looking out for? What corners?
Turn 4 especially, it's very easy to want to get on the gas early, try to get an overtake, because that's one of the few places you can. There's not many long runs, so a lot of people will be pushing to get out of turn 4. And also, the last corner, trying to get a good run onto the straight, you'll see a lot of people go too far onto the curb, and you can completely lose the back end of the car then.
Okay, and well, we don't obviously have many overtaking spots around there. You already mentioned turn 4 being one of them. Are there any others?
Overtaking points, I think it's the start of sector 3. You see there's a DRS straight, and you see a lot of people going for a move there, but you have to be careful, because then with this track, it's mainly just turn 1. It's kind of like Hungary. This track is very similar to Hungary in racing, where you sit behind them, watch your tyre temps, and hope for a DRS overtake.
Do you think it's possible to make an overtake on pure pace, or do you really need the person ahead of you to make a mistake?
I think you can definitely. You'll see in Division 1 especially, and I'm sure we'll see here with a much wider range of pace, especially on the sprint race. We'll see Doc probably make a lot of overtakes.
Doc isn't joining us for tonight.
Oh,
that's something. Well, we'll go on board with Maverick for this lap. Coming into turn 1 now, tricky braking zone to get right. Getting right down to the apex, looking up slightly, missing the apex slightly, but then coming out of it full on the throttle. Then here, just understeer galore, gets onto the curb. No, don't know whether that's the best line, but we'll go with it. Then going out here, very tricky to get the traction right. Then flats out all the way down to turn 7. I hope that's right. Down to turn 7 or 8. Getting through here nicely in turn 4, coming out relatively wide, then turning in here, staying in 4th gear. Interesting. Then getting nicely onto the curb there in 2nd gear, getting these traction zones right. It's all about traction zones around here. Getting those right is so incredibly important. Then coming on there, onto the curb, and he's invalidated his lap. Oh, I'll go on board with someone else then. Rocky Raccoon currently in the lead. Oh, or the Relentless Boys out in front. Oh, not anymore. Rocky Raccoon making... Oh, I'm just not going to comment on that. Then trying to get the best exit possible. It looks like he nailed it. He's in first for now. Let's see if he can get the run to the line as perfect as possible. It looks like he's got it. And it's going to be a 20.5. Oh,
look how close those times are.
That looks very good.
A disappointing Jordan and pass. That's not good enough. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, that's poor from you. Should always be getting first, both of you.
No, it was a great lap by Rocky. I was actually on board with him for most of that. He had a poor sector 1, but he's great sector 2 and 3 to get him back in. Jordan was actually up for quite a lot of that lap, and he must have had quite a poor end to sector 2.
Yeah, like the start of sector 3 is difficult to get right because you can sacrifice one turn to make the one turn better, but it's tricky to know quite which one you should sacrifice. But going through the order now, Rocky Raccoon in first, trying to make this race work. Now Doc is in there, Passy second, Jordan third, Lars Nofvat fourth, Serial Killer fifth, Jeroen sixth, Ryan B seventh, XL Kali eighth, XL Don 9th, Sorebo 10th, and behind them were a couple of drivers who were invalidated with Maverick in 11th, and I didn't quite see who the other guys were.
Yeah, it was a very important actually. Thinking about the standings, Rocky Raccoon wasn't here last week, so Doc really maximised his performance, being able to pull away. Obviously, they were in a fight for the title at the time.
Yeah,
Rocco getting pole, that's the 4 points straight away to maximising. You'd think he has to get a win here tonight to have any chance at catching up to Doc whilst Doc's not here.
Yeah, Rocky Raccoon definitely needs to at least match Doc's performance, because Doc, if my memory serves me correct, he got P1 in the feature race and P2 in the sprint race, and that will be very difficult to match for anyone on the track. And I'd say Rocky Raccoon does have the pace to do it, but it's going to be difficult, especially around Zandvoort, where it's so tricky to keep your consistency.
That is true. The one thing he benefits from, at least in the feature, is it's hard to overtake. So if he's already got the pace at the front, someone getting past him is going to be quite difficult. It's the sprint race where he's going to find himself in a bit of trouble if he wants to get to the front, especially if he wants to compete with Doc.
Now the start, of course, into turn 1. It's always tricky choosing your position on different tracks. Would you go for the inside here or the outside if you had the choice?
I think if you're defending, you just want to keep it on the inside, but just a little bit to the left, just to stop people thinking that they can go for an outside move. Okay. This track is so dependent. I think lap 1 we're going to see a lot of moves trying to be made. Turn 1's going to be quite hectic. But those, I don't know if anyone's on the reverse strategy, but if they're on the mediums, which I can see a few people,
yep.
If you get damaged lap 1, you really ruined your race already.
And I'm just gonna go through the guys at the back. Oh, Maverick starting on soft, Polizei Alex in 12th on the mediums, Londer Tim on the mediums in 13th, and Dab Nunez also on the mediums in 14th. These guys usually show some decent pace in the races. I'm surprised to see them all the way at the back. It's obviously not easy to keep a clean lap around here, but I expected those guys to be up there and not invalidating their laps.
Yeah, I think a lot of it depends on what you're running. Like, say for instance with me in Division 1, I'm not one of the fastest people in there, but on a track like this where ABS and pad can really help you out, I think you see a very different running order in qualifying compared to what we normally see. And
I'm going to spring this on you right before the start. Who do you think will be our top 3? And you can't be biased towards Relentless here.
Oh, I never would be, never would. I think Rocky Raccoon should have this based on his pace. I want to go for Jordan in second, that no bias. He's looked really, really good, especially at China.
Okay.
And Jeroen, if he can avoid damage, I think on that reverse strategy could fight for a podium, maybe potentially even a win.
Yeah, if you can make the moves on those fresh soft tires once he's pit and not lose too much lap time in the first few laps, he can be up there for good points, maybe even podium. But now everyone's lined up on the grid. It's good to see. Hopefully nothing goes wrong now and that we have to wait. No, looks good to me. Then 4, 5 lights. And it's go, go, go. Who's in first for now? It looks like Rocky Raccoon has a great start. Oh, right behind him is Jordan. Right up the back of Rocky Raccoon, following him. Oh, side by side there are two relentless guys, and it looks like Jordan's got it past. Oh, they're still side by side, but Jordan's got the position for now. That was a great move from him. Oh no, Jordan's gone into the back of Rocky Raccoon. Oh, that's really unfortunate. He's got damage on the right hand side of his wing. Oh, that will ruin your race for sure.
It's unfortunate, yeah, but I think on this track, potentially defending, losing the position, he might be able to recover, but watching Rocky drive away, that's going to hurt him, and he's not going to be able to pit yet, because those mediums will not make it to the end.
Oh, Lars Noppert down the inside. Oh, he's gone into a spin. Oh, that's really unfortunate. That was a late move, but not quite. Oh,
and now got Sorebo down, he's gone into the wall.
Oh.
And this is not what these medium runners want. If a safety car comes out, I think they're going to get away with it.
Oh, XL Kali going side by side with Old Maverick. Is he going for it? Oh, it's 3 wide. Oh, Jeroen just about backs out of it. Oh, has someone gone wide up there? Is that Ryan B? Ryan B went really wide through there. Oh, Kali around the outside? Oh, that's a lovely move from him. I don't know whether Ryan has damage or something, but he's dropping like a stone. Oh yeah, he does on the left hand side of his wing. Oh.
Yeah, Jeroen.
Oh, is that... Oh, there's him going into the wall. Oh.
What a first lap. If we look at the people on the first lap, Maverick had an amazing start.
I'm just looking at... well, the timing screens obviously aren't working that well, but it looks like Kali's had a good start. I think he's the first of the medium runners.
Yeah, Kali up 4 positions. I think at the start I was watching Jeroen, and he had a really, really shaky start. Ooh, he went sideways and almost went into the back of Ryan.
Oh, Jordan now really struggling with that wing damage. Serial Killer trying to get down the inside here. Is that going to work? He's going for a later braking move here. Still side by side, Jordan trying to hang on with that wing damage. He's doing well so far. Got the inside, and Serial Killer going to make it round the outside. Not quite. Jordan's fends it up for now, but it does look like Serial Killer has... Oh! Serial Killer has better than exit, but he's trying to go down the inside again. And he's got this move stick. That was a good move from there. A little bit of contact on the...
This damage is really affecting Jordan.
Oh, and done slightly in the gravel there. Yeah, Jordan is massively struggling, and Rocky Raccoon out in front already got a 1.7 second lead. I don't know whether it's fully accurate. It does actually look like more.
Well, now that the timing sheets have sorted themselves out a bit, and when you look, we've got Dav Nunes went up 8 places. He's in 6th place already, and Alt Maverick has gone up by 6. So these two, on the medium tyres as well, this is going to be really good for them.
Yeah, Jeroen down the inside of Kali, and he's made the move stick. Now Lars Noppert trying to get past. He didn't have damage, and he's done well to get into 9th place already. Trying to go around the outside here of Kali. Would be a nice move if he could make a stick. Trying to make use of those soft tyres that better grip for now. Side by side here, keep it clean, guys. Oh, and Kali just about gets in front for now. Looking
it was quite a hectic start of the race, to be honest. I think turn 1, like we said, that's where people go for moves, and obviously they don't always work out. You can see Maverick made the best out of his start on the soft, but behind him, Dav Nunes gaining that many positions on the mediums. He's in a really good spot to get a podium now.
Yeah, and he's really demonstrating his pace, because the guys ahead might be on soft, but he's with them. He's with them already, and he's closing up. Of course, Jordan is struggling with that wing damage, as you'd expect, but Dav Nunes...
Yeah, Jordan's holding up the pack because of his wing damage. We've seen already, like Passe and Rocky, they've already started to drive off. Serial Killer, not quite capitalising as well as Passe and Rocky Raccoon have.
Ooh,
and Jordan's going in.
That's early. Do you think he can make it to the end?
He's tired. I mean, I guess staying out is hurting him, but I'd be surprised if these mediums are loving life by the end of the race.
Yeah, Kali threatening into turn 1 to get past Lars, but Lars holds on for now. Good defensive driving, and he's only lost 3 positions somehow. It's don't know how he's done that with the 90-degree spin, but he's done well.
So right now when we're looking at it, Rocky's looking set. Passe not under a real threat by Serial, like he's not catching him. I think at the moment the drivers in the best place are Rocky and Dabnun.
Yeah, I tend to agree. It's Dab Nunes looking really comfortable on these medium tyres for now. Ooh, making a small mistake there as I say that.
I think he shifted a bit too early.
Yeah. But yeah, he's really trying to make the most out of his tyres and not lose too much time to Rocky, of course, if Dab Nunes wants to aim for the win.
Now the issue is here, especially as commentators, this is when everything starts to get a little bit trainy. You'll see people following, they know their position, they've made their positions, or in some cases lost them, unfortunately. I think the pit window is going to be when the next real action starts.
Yeah, and I've got to say, I think Maverick has his pace is slightly better than Serial Killer, I'd say, right now. And Jeroen gets the fastest lap on the medium tyres. Oh, and Lars Noppert immediately steals it off him on the softs. It's interesting though to see Rocky Raccoon not pick up the fastest lap. Is that just down to him not having DRS, or?
I think so. We saw though last week, Doc without DRS, he was still putting in fastest laps at a lap like China.
Yeah.
But I don't know what people are running, so I don't want to assume. But if we're basing it like we're putting assists aside, you can't take anything away from people getting fastest laps, especially Lars, who has proven a lot last season that he's a fast driver. I think he did a last to first, if I'm not mistaken, last season.
Well, talking about last to first, Dab Nunes, he's trying to make it work. You asked people in chat whether they were whether anyone was going to try it, and it looks like Dab Nunes is trying it. Let's see if he can make it work.
Yeah, taking inspiration from here, hasn't he? And the reverse strategy, it is very strong here. The risk is very difficult because it's such a close tight patch. Getting no safety car, no damage, especially in Division 2, it's a risk, but it's a risk worth taking. As you said, Rocky Raccoon not getting the fastest lap, and he goes and does it the lap after.
Yeah, he's heard me definitely.
Well, look at the gap right now. Dabnun, is 6 seconds behind Raccoon. So ideally, I don't care what undercut you're getting or what overcut, that's going to be difficult to pull. I think ideally at the moment he's in a fight for second place.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see, did Ryan B have damage? I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah, Ryan B had end plate damage.
Yeah, okay. Well, Jordan's done really well to get this far ahead of him out of pits.
It just shows the undercut at that time will have worked great for Jordan. At the end of the race, will those mediums be okay? We'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah, this track is a bit of an unknown for me in terms of tyre wear.
Could go for a move here on Maverick. He's got DRS. I think he's gonna back off. But those softs at this point will not be as strong as the mediums.
Yeah, it's smart driving from Nunes here. It's just biding his time. Of course, old Maverick getting DRS off Serial Killer ahead is not ideal, but Dab Nunes is just biding his time and playing the long game, I'd say.
We should see some people coming to the pit stop very soon. It is, if you were Jordan, you'd be quite worried right now that people still haven't come in yet.
And someone in the chat saying, "I've got money on you, Lars. Don't get hit before the first lap happened." And yeah, didn't exactly go to plan, but let's hope he can improve for the rest of the race. He's looking threatening for now. It's still trying to make those soft tires work, but they'll be degrading a lot right now.
Oh, look, Serial Killer is really doing Passe and Rocky some favours here, because Maverick and Nunes and even Jeroen, they seem to have the pace, but they just can't do anything because of the limitations and overtakes on this track.
Yeah, this track is just, it's so hard to make a move. You can tell, even with not that much dirty area, it's just hard to follow really closely.
I'm looking a bit further back now. Obviously, reverse grid pole here is going to be a great thing to aim for, especially in the sprint race. But the gap is quite large. I think Jordan actually might be in a really good spot if his tyres make it to get reverse grid pole.
Yeah, and with his Oh, Maverick going really wide for that corner. That's
Oh, that news is gonna get him here. I think he's gonna have DRS.
yeah.
The slipstream going into the first corner. Much more grip on the medium tires.
Looking towards the inside. Oh, Maverick breaks late. It's up to Dab Nunes to take that inside perfectly, and he does. But it looks like Old Maverick has the position for now, and Dab Nunes has to back off here.
Yeah, Old Maverick, a very
Down the
experienced
inside.
F2 racer.
Oh, Jeroen trying to go down the inside of Nunes. Does he have damage? It looks like he does not. He did hit the back of Dab Nunes though.
Okay, soft runners are pitted. Passey's gone in. Rocky stayed out.
Yeah.
Now this is Passey's chance. If he wants to fight for a win, this is going to have to be...
Dab Nunes making a massive mistake there, but Jeroen can't quite capitalize right now. Got onto the grass at the exit there and really compromised him.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on board with Passey this lap. See how his out lap is. This is going to have to be one hell of a lap if he wants to close the gap.
Yeah, Rocky Raccoon for now he's only 4/10 down on his personal best, so unless he makes a massive mistake somewhere, he should still come out in the lead.
Yeah, you'd think based on his pace that he showed that he would definitely still be in the front, but this is all about track position. If Passey can at least get himself into DRS, he could find himself definitely in a fight for the win, but obviously with one lap older mediums.
Has Dab Nunes lost a bit of end plate somewhere or something? Because he's dropped off the pace massively. Does he have damage on the right front? He hit in there, but doesn't look like anything.
I'm not sure. I'm going to watch on Rocky now. His pit stop is over. He's coming out, and I think he's going to come out ahead of Passey. Yes, he is by quite a lot.
Yeah, this pit lane is very tricky though to keep it inside the white lines. He hasn't there. I don't know whether any stewards said anything on that, whether you have to stay in the white lines, but
I'm not sure, but if they have, I'm sure somebody will be putting in the Relentless chat to Passey.
Who could that be?
So Rocky's come out ahead. He shouldn't lose at this point now. If any loss in positions would be his own mistakes, you'd like to think. Passey's 2.3 behind with older tyres. Serial Killer's in third, that's where he was anyway. Lars has actually come out of this really well. We'll see whether it's worth it for Lars.
Yeah, it's yeah, as you say, it's going to be mostly Rocky's own fault if he loses the win, except for a sudden safety car, which could massively benefit the guys still on mediums.
Yeah, Jeroen as well. He seems to go under the radar a lot. Every week we never really mention him, but he got a win in the sprint race in Britain, along with a second place in the feature. He got a podium at China. His pace has been there, and with a really poor start, he's already found himself in a net P3 at the moment. You'd think, as you see Lars get a faster stop on the mediums, you'd think at this point Jeroen, if he had a bit of better luck in the first race, he could have found himself up there with a title fight.
I mean, it could still happen with Rocky and Doc both missing races. If he just turns up every single day and gets these results as he has in the past, he might be looking good.
Yeah, definitely. And when you think about the sprint race coming up, third place, obviously it's not what you want. You want a first or second. But starting ahead of these drivers like Rocky Raccoon, you'd think it might help you a lot, actually, being able to defend them. As Jeroen gets a penalty as I say that.
Oh, yeah, and Rocky Raccoon making a move on there to him just caught the end of that. It looked like a very interesting move to make it happen there. He must have pulled something off quite special. Unfortunately, he didn't quite catch it on the stream, but I hope to see it in some highlights later, maybe.
I've seen Lars now with another purple Sector 2. So he is flying at the moment as he's in the DRS on Serial, and you'd think he could go for a move very soon, as Killer is really struggling since going on to these mediums.
Yeah, it looked like Killer, despite having track position, not quite having the pace that he might want to have. Here Lars going into turn 1, setting another fastest lap. Is he going to make the move? He's going for a quite
late on the brakes.
Move. Serial Killer is giving him plenty of room. That's really respectful, and
respectful racing. I think if he'd have not left that room, he'd have probably held the position.
Yeah, it's I do like to see the respectful driving though, like giving as much room as possible without colliding, because you know someone's on your inside is important to me. But again, it would have been nice for him to keep that position.
And I tell you what, Jerome and Dabnoon's getting these penalties.
Yeah.
They're both now in 3 seconds. This has put Lars in a great position for a very unlikely podium.
And looking down the order, Polizio Alex is the first one to pit onto the soft tires. We'll see whether he can make him last. Oh, Passe down the inside of their team, and he makes the move stick. That's a very nice move.
That's what 8-lap pressure tyres will do for you. The team's going to come back with a DRS, but I don't think he's going to have the life in those tyres.
Yeah,
I don't think he would have a really good week.
I don't think it would have worked for their team's race as well if he went for that move. It's just going to cost himself. Dabnoon into the pits.
Dabnoon's is in. This is where we'll see now where the reverse strat comes out. They've not been in too much traffic. Cowie's led a very silent race. He's got held a lot though.
Oh.
Jerome stayed out. That's interesting. Especially with that penalty, you think he'd want to get on those softs as fast as possible.
I'm really interested to see what people like Dam Nunes can do, because he's 4.5 seconds behind Serial Killer. He has the pace. We saw that in the early stages of the race. It's interesting to see what he might be able to do. I think he could challenge for the podium yet.
He could do. At the moment, it's looking like Lars and Passe, obviously. Jerome is going to drop behind them. I'm not too sure what his strategy is. I think he stayed out 1 lap too long there, if I'm being honest. Especially with a penalty, you need to be getting up to people as fast as you possibly can.
And I think right now, you said Jordan might be looking good for a reverse grid pole, but he's got those worn tyres, of course, which won't help him in the last stages of the race.
I'm not sure if they'll make it. Obviously, I'm not the wisest person when it comes to strategies, as everybody knows if they've seen me in any D2 race. But at the moment, seeing how late some of the people chose to pit, I don't know if they'll make it.
It's okay. Well, Jeroen did 12 laps on his mediums. I don't know how worn they were, but 12 laps, and of course Jordan is doing it with less fuel in his car. It's going to be a stretch. That's it.
Well, at the moment, Lars is in that P3. He's got their serials behind him. He's not looked faster than Lars, but he could be saving it for the end. Who knows? But it's looking like at the moment a rocky Passe Lars podium. I can't see, unless a mistake is made, any of them three losing that podium.
Dam Nunes going side by side with Jeroen here. Oh, this is close. And it looks like Jeroen has got it for now. Switch back to the inside.
Ooh.
Not quite. Oh, getting on the grass whilst braking. That's not ideal. And has to stay behind him for now, but he's looking really feisty on those warmer tyres.
Yeah, he's practically pushing him through that sector. This is really good racing though to see at Zandvoort, especially in these very understeery cars. It's very easy to make a mistake because he's going to get DRS. He's gone for the inside.
Onto the curb. Ooh.
I think it'd have been better staying for DRS there.
Yeah, it's difficult to... he wanted to go for that move, but the moment he had to get on that curb, he had to get off the throttle because the curb will spin you if you push it too hard.
Now, especially with those penalties, like not only do they need to catch the likes of Lars and Cyril, then they need to pull a 3-second gap as well. This battling is not going to help any of them.
Look at Lars go. I was
incredible.
I was on board with him a little bit earlier, and just... his driving style looks really smooth. When he turns in, he doesn't make a correction. He's just sticking to the turn in and just making the corner pretty much perfectly. And it's showing with the fast laps.
Yeah, definitely. He has looked incredible this race. He's looked really, really fast, and it makes you think if he wasn't starting last, if he hadn't have messed up his qualifying, he could have very easily been fighting for a win this race.
Yeah, he didn't have the best quality pace, but his race pace is looking extremely solid.
Last to first, maybe not on. Last to second, it's not too shabby, is it?
Well, it's Dam Nunes who started last, actually.
Oh, is it? I thought, was it not Lars? Oh, I'm used to Lars getting... I swear Lars started at the back.
No, he started 4th.
Well, there you go then. There you go. Mr. Fuckstorm. He ruined me.
Well, let's see. It looks like Lars has decent pace, but Passe and Lars are both slightly catching up to Rocky. It's not much by every lap, and it won't be enough by the end of the race. But just looking at the lap times, he's caught him by 3/10 this lap.
Yeah, I'm just looking a bit further back at Maverick and Jordan. Maverick's pace on those softs were really, really good. Obviously, we saw him have an incredible start, 6 positions from the start.
Yeah.
You've got to think, with Jordan's tyre wear as well, it could be a reverse grid pole for Maverick, who we've seen in Division 1 last season is very, very good at getting reverse grid pole. He got it a lot in Division 1.
Yeah, it's yeah, Jordan of course has better quality pace, and he might have slightly better race pace, but his tires are just worn compared to Maverick's tires. So I think Maverick has the advantage here. It doesn't look like he's closing much for now.
No, the gap isn't closing at the moment. Jordan's done very well with his tyres, I must say, because obviously they're a lot older, and the main reason he was losing time at the start was due to that wing damage. He's clearly very fast. We saw it in qualifying.
And it's looking like Lars is really trying to make a push for it now. With it in 3/10 of Passe, getting all up into his gearbox, surely he's going to make the move here.
You'd think so. He's got DRS. He's going to have slipstream as well going into turn 1. This should be quite a simple move. He's choosing the outside line. That's interesting. Ooh, a little touch in the back, but I think Lars is going to get the better run.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, they're going to go side by side into turns 2 and 3. As he holds it on the outside, that is very clean racing, and Passe does very well to stay ahead there. I think Lars chose the wrong line going into turn 1 as Tim gets past Don later on.
No, Don's spun out there.
Don's round.
Yeah, I've got to say that's a really tricky corner for traction. It's never like you never feel fully comfortable coming out of that corner.
No, it's the second time we've seen Don go around this race. He's obviously not got much confidence here, but I think he's only just started coming back, so I'm sure he'll pick himself back up soon. As Lars goes down the inside, just before the DRS zone on Passe.
But that means Passe has DRS here.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the smartest move. If Jerome's got a second penalty.
That was a great move from Lars. Going down the inside there, catching Passe unaware, and if he can pull out enough of a gap here to be safe for the main straight, he might have that move sorted.
He's looked a lot more confident, hasn't he? And the gap already, I think, is enough to stop the DRS.
Yeah, definitely. That was very smart driving. He knew he had the pace advantage to be able to pull the gap there. I don't think he's got enough to close up to Rocky here, but he must be very happy with his pace.
Yeah, it's 3 seconds. Rocky has just controlled the race pace here. Lars, we've seen on lap time, has been the faster driver. But we don't know how much of that is due to Rocky pushing. We don't know if he's just been sitting there waiting.
Yeah,
but
and of course Lars was in serial killer right on the back. Oh, going down. Oh, backs out of there. Thank God he didn't go for that. That would have been an airplane crash.
It reminded me a lot. We saw XL Hardy make a move like that on Mark, and it was a beautiful move, but it's very dangerous to make.
Yeah, you have to have full confidence in the driver you're racing, and you have to be far enough alongside to make the move stick.
So as we close in on the final 2 or 3 laps, we've got the fight for a podium, Serial up behind Ariel Passe, and then we've also got Maverick that close within DRS zone of Jordan.
Yeah.
You can see Jordan's tyres struggling now.
You know, I've got to say, I expected more from the soft runners. They've just not closed up enough to even have a shout at the podium.
No, the reverse strategy really, really is good. If you can avoid the risk.
Serial Killer going down the inside here should be a very easy move. Down the inside, outbrakes Passe there and makes the move stick.
Passe going to go for the cutback, but he's not going to get the run, and that's the line that you want for the overtake. You want the inside line.
And it's very important if you're Serial Killer just to go for the inside of turn 4 and make sure they can't make a move down the inside there. And yeah, he's got it sorted.
Yeah, Passe's just not looked as confident on the medium tyres, has he? He was really, really good on the softs, and since they've switched to to the mediums, he's just not looked to be as confident.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well for his for the sprint race. Oh, as Serial Killer goes incredibly wide there, and that's Passé back through. Oh.
Right, now he's got 2 laps to hold on to it. As we look at the intervals.
He needs to push like crazy for this, by the way, because Serial Killer does have better pace, but will that mistake be costly? Will we get reminded of Verstappen getting past Hamilton, but having to give that back the position and not being able to get back through?
What we're going to find out now is he's going to get DRS. I don't think he's going to be close enough this lap. Another person in DRS is Maverick, and he is a lot more closer to Jordan. Jordan's tyres are not going to be happy right now.
Yeah, Serial Killer must be kicking himself in the cockpit.
This is going to be a tasty last lap. Serial Killer and Maverick pretty much in the exact same position right now.
Can Jordan make this move? It's a last lap already. Rocky Raccoon out in front.
Passé has had a terrible exit.
Ooh.
And now Serial Killer's going to get the run, but he's pushing him through the corner. He can't find the room.
Oh. Down the inside here, down the inside here. Oh, it's risky.
Oh, that's a dangerous move.
No.
That was the lack of patience there. That was the wrong move to make. You had 2 DRS zones to go.
Yeah, that move was always going to be difficult, especially there. It's oh, who's that round? Oh, that's Sorebo.
Yeah, you can't be going for that move unless you're truly confident or already side by side with the drivers.
Yeah, it was always it's so tricky to try and outbrake someone there, as it's just not a heavy braking zone. You can't brake late enough to get fully alongside if you're not alongside yet.
Oh, exactly. And now we're going to see Maverick. Could he go for a last gap overtake? This is going to be really dramatic coming up to the final line. Jordan's done an incredible job with these tyres.
Brakes very late there. It doesn't make the move stick though, and I think
I
that's.
Don't know why.
Oh, Rocky Raccoon.
Maverick's gone. Maverick's pushed too hard and he's spun into the wall.
Oh. I fully missed
too hard.
Missed 2 pieces of the race. Rocky Raccoon picking up the very deserved win ahead of Lars and Passé. Serial Killer still picking up 4th. So
yeah, he got lucky with Nunes and Jerome having those penalties. He didn't really lose much by that, apart from a potential podium.
And yeah, as you said, you were exactly spot on with Jordan on reverse grid pole, and he reversed sprint race pole, and you'd have to say he should be the favourite.
Yeah, Jordan did an amazing job with those tyres. I'd love to know what percentage they were on by the end of it, but he did a great job at nursing them. Maverick obviously just couldn't quite get past, pushed a bit too hard, span it at the end, lost the position to Ryan. But I think the biggest winner here has definitely been Lars. Rocky, of course, has dominated that race, but Lars had a really good showing. This is going to be a very interesting sprint race.
Yeah, it might be Dab Nunes. Yeah, we can't ignore him. He came from the back to finish P5, so I'd say he's, along with Lars, he would be my standout driver. We can't forget about Rocky, of course. Winning the race, leading from start to finish, is just incredibly impressive.
Yeah, Lars, I think Dab Nunes, sorry, I think he picked up 8 positions on the first lap, which is stupid.
Yeah, it's just an unreal first lap. Just gives me just as if he's an incredibly more competitive car at the back of the grid and just starting at the back and picking up positions very easily. But he's doing it in equal cars, which is insane.
Yeah, it's going to be. There's a few good things to happen this sprint race, I think. If we can avoid the rain, because I'm looking at the sky, I hope doesn't that pass through. But Jordan's got the pace at the front. He only lost out due to wing damage. Callie obviously right behind him. He's always in the mix, and I think Jerome in 3rd place is going to be a really big shout for this win.
Yeah, it's I honestly have no clue what to expect for the sprint race, but going through the order now, Rocky Raccoon leading from start to finish. It looked straightforward, but it was a bit more than that. He had to keep his pace consistent, and he did. Lars in 2nd, driving really well. Passé 3rd, getting on the podium for Relentless, so he'll be happy with that, and the team as well. Serial Killer in 4th, Dab Nunes 5th, doing very well from the back of the grid. Johan 6th, Kali 7th. Jordan, sprint race pole position, he'll be happy with that. Ryan in 9th, Maverick 10th, Dear Tim 11th, Polizei Alex in 12th, Exo Don in 13th, and Sir Ibo lap down along with Don in 14th.
Yeah, I think the people that have been most disappointed with that race will probably be Maverick. He really, really did look on for reverse grid pole there, and how different of a race it is. I've been there many times, many 9th places I've got actually, and it's so frustrating to know that you were that close to starting at the front, and now you're starting like 9th and 10th position in a track where you can't really overtake anyway.
Yeah, you mentioned the possibility of rain, but it doesn't look like it. Very clear skies up above.
Yeah, I think that's what all drivers want to see, which is scaring me a bit because 2 dry races in a row, probably going to be rain in D1 now, but
yeah,
we move.
It's bad juju, as they say in the competitive racing. And old Maverick in the comments say controller was sent across the room. Oh yeah, he must be really frustrated with himself, losing out on that reverse grid pole. It's
I think the finish line is quite. I don't know how far. I think it's quite far down. I think if he wouldn't have tried to push in the first DRS zone, he'd have actually had a chance to get him down the finish line straight.
It's strange. It's like Catalonia. It's like halfway down the straight, the finish line. It's not like where pole position starts. It's further back from that.
Yeah, it's like one thing that we can say though is this sprint race. This is going to be a story of can Jordan pull away before the drivers like Rocky and Lars get through. But Jordan has showed the pace. We saw in qualifying. He was first for 80% of that lap. So he has the pace. If he avoids damage, which this time he can do because he's at the front, Jordan could drive away with this.
Yeah, we can't ignore the drivers behind, of course. Jeroen looking very quick. Kali always picking up a podium. He will be looking for a bit better than a podium. A win, hopefully, for him. But it's interesting to see Dab Nunes, of course, getting P5 from the back. You can't rule him out for the win.
No, you can't. And in F2, we see in real life, even though you're in a team, it's not really about the teams. You don't really see much teamwork. In the game, however, I think people take that a little bit more seriously. Could we see Callie doing a job for Jordan, or will Callie think, I want the win for myself?
It's hard to say, as I didn't personally have a teammate last season in D1. I never wanted anyone to get past me. And despite them being teammates, I don't think Callie's looking to play the team game. I think he just wants to get that win, or just the best result possible for him.
Well, we'll definitely find out going into turn 1. I did it the first time, so now I'm going to leave it onto you. Who are you going for top 3?
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I'm going to back Jordan for the win. If he can keep it clean in the first lap, not get wing damage, to me he looks to be on for a win. Then in second, I'm going for Dab Nunes, and in third, I'm going to go for Lars.
Why is that? That's a bold shout.
Yeah, he just impressed me with his race pace in the sprint, the feature race. So I think he can do the same in the sprint race. But I'll leave the start to you here.
All right, here we go then. So we've got 5 lights, and we're gone. And I think we've seen Jordan get off of a great start. Jordan's not under much pressure from Callie there. Callie's probably going to go just chill in the middle of the track, and a lot of dives behind. Very clean start though from Division 2. That's what we really like to see. Not much changing, but turn 2 and 3.
Dab
We've had a move from Serial Killer's gone past Dab Nunes.
Oh. No, Dab Nunes still has the position.
Yeah, that's a great move.
And Lars not being able to pick up the positions just yet. We're trying to make the moves later on. Oh! Down the inside there. Really weird braking from Serial Killer. He went very deep into that corner.
Yeah, Codemasters' beautiful game at the moment. Alt Maverick has made 9 positions according to Codemasters. Great start by him.
Let me just see if it doesn't look okay. It's only 2 for now, but
hey, 2's still not too bad.
Then Rocky Raccoon looking to get back to his starting position alongside Maverick. He's getting the slipstream from Passe here. Let's see, can he make that move stick. Maverick has the inside. Oh, around the outside. Rocky Raccoon, can he make this one work?
Can he hold it on?
Oh, that is
A beautiful move. That is a great move. And he needs that as well, because Maverick is very good at defending.
That was stunning from him. Showing his skill there. And looking further at the front. Jordan's leading. But
Jerome's
here's
the move on Cali into turn 1. He's got a much better run. He's got the inside line, which is what you much prefer. Ooh. He's pushed him a little bit wide, but clean but aggressive.
Yeah, I'd say that move's fair.
And now this is the fight that we really wanted.
Personally, I still want Lars further up there, but that might just be my Dutch bias or me liking his inputs on the steering wheel.
I think we're going to find it very interesting now to see how fast Roque, Passe, Lars, how fast they can make their way through. Jordan just looks like he's going to be able to drive off with this.
Yeah, you can just tell that damage hampered him in a feature race, because he's just gone. He's 1.4 seconds up the road already, and right now he just looks unchallenged.
Jerome's a really fast driver. I wouldn't put it past him to be able to catch him, but
yep.
Cali's not exactly a driver that's just going to let Jerome get away.
No, it's I think Jeroen seeing those orange crowds is really spurred on trying to win his own race. He's already caught up like 2/10 in the last sector.
He's trailing behind now. Everyone just evenly spread out until it gets the gap between Lars and Passe spreads a little bit. But at the front at the moment, we didn't really see much changing positions actually at the start, which was quite interesting. Only a few people. Everything kind of looked similar to how it started.
Yeah, only a few pairs just swapping positions. One of those being Lars, but of course it's difficult to make a lot of positions around here with it being so narrow, and when you are making a move, you always have to worry about not braking too late and protect your car.
Yeah, Rocky Raccoon, obviously he didn't get off to the best of starts, losing out early on to Maverick. He had to recover. He's back to where he started, but you'd have to think by now, if he wants to challenge for the championship, he'd be hoping to be 6th or 5th place by now.
Yeah, he can't quite compare himself to Doc though with Doc's China performance, because China is just a lot easier to make that move stick compared to Zandvoort.
It's a much more demanding track, I think, Zandvoort, and to be able to pick your moments wisely.
Oh! Lars Noppert going into the back of Serial Killer there. Has he got damage? That looked like pretty severe contact, but it doesn't look like anything is wrong.
I think he's got away with it, but the gap has increased a lot, hasn't it?
Oh, Cali back on the rear wing of Jeroen going down the inside. Cali still going for the inside. Oh, trying to hold it around the outside is Jeroen. Can he make that one? Oh, it looks like he's got a very good exit out of there. And has he got it? Oh, that was great defending from Jeroen there.
Yeah, Jeroen held on to it well. Cali's showing some really good pace. He didn't really show this in the feature race, which is really surprising.
Oh, Rocky Raccoon and Old Maverick still fighting here, and it looks like Old Maverick, a slight bit of contact with Rocky Raccoon, and Ryan Bean now on the back of him. It looks like Maverick's got decent pace. Rocky Raccoon is really struggling for some reason.
Yeah, this has not gone the way that he hoped at all, has it? As Maverick showcased that, he did show that pace in the sprint race. Feature race, I apologise.
Oh, Lars Noppert. Oh, having a half spin there. He's really trying to make the move sticks. Up ahead, Dab Nunes really on the back of Cali here. Can he make a move stick with the slipstream? Of course, both have DRS. Doesn't look like it for now. He does brake later, but
thinks about it. And this is what we like to see from the sprint race. There's not as many gaps forming. You like to see that the field is very close. Everyone's inside each other's DRS. You don't just see the standard DRS overtake. They're really going to have to pull something out the bag if they want to get past.
I think Dan Nunes is looking really good here. Both him and Cali will have DRS, but he's got a slipstream here, which Cali does not. Going down the inside here, trying to make that move work. Cali brakes very late. Dab Nunes slightly hitting his side pod, but it does look like Cali's got the move now. Dab Nunes has a really good exit out of there, and side by side.
Oh, he's holding on the outside,
into
Cali.
turn 4. Still side by side somehow, and it does look like Cali's.
Beautiful driving by Cali there.
Yeah.
How he held that on the outside, as Dab Nunes is practically pushing him at the moment.
Yeah, that was magnificent defending from Kali there. Really showing his Excel skill there.
Yeah, you do. He's got some very talented drivers in Excel, and you can tell he's been learning a lot already.
Oh, Ryan B getting past Maverick here. We missed Maverick getting passed by Rocky Raccoon, and now he's getting passed by his teammate. I think that is. If I'm not,
Yeah, he's
I am correct.
behind. Maverick got a half spin, and I mean, Ryan got a half spin. Maverick straight back through again.
Dab Nunes going down the inside here of Kali.
And what has happened to Kali? He's dropped down to 4th.
No, he was already behind Jeroen, but it just looks like he doesn't have the pace to stay with guys ahead. Oh, and Lars Noppert getting past Serial Killer there. I fully missed that.
Everything's happening at once. Nothing happened for a good few laps. Everyone's making moves. Serial Killer's got a great run on Lars now.
Oh,
Kali's got a great run on Dab Nunes. I don't want to miss any of them. We're going to have to pick one of them.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Kali just because of the track position. And we see the... Oh, it's parallel. Side by side here.
It's the exact same move. Oh, Kali parks it. That is beautiful.
Lovely.
Kali, 2 miles per hour overtake. You'll love to see that.
And yeah, Lars made the move, and Dab Nunes is not quite yet. Oh, actually, no, Kali did make a move back on Dab Nunes, sorry.
This is amazing racing.
Yeah, and it's plain sailing out in front for Jordan. He's got better pace right now, it seems, than Jeroen. I do apologise. And he's looking comfortable.
Jordan will be loving this. Jeroen won't be complaining. This is getting Kali off his back, because Kali's been a thorn in his side so far this race, and I think Dab Nunes is kind of doing him a favour at the moment.
Yeah, of course Dab Nunes is thinking about his own race, just trying to get up to Jeroen and maybe looking for the win, but it's looking at the more unlikely the longer he stays behind him.
I think Dab Nunes, when you think he's going to get past Kali at some point and stick the move, twice now he's got past and Kali's managed to fight back with DRS.
Yeah, these cars, you can just tell every single traction zone they're struggling slightly with getting the power on. Does look like Dab Nunes will have a shot here. He's 4 tenths behind. Straight is not that long, and I don't think he's going to be able to make a move yet. That's not what in behind.
Lars gets the fastest lap again, and it's really interesting to see Rocky struggling on pace. He was so dominant in this feature race, and he's really not looked like catching up. As a yellow flag, I think that's Maverick around.
Where's he spun? He's
spun at turn 1. He's not been able to come onto the track either.
Oh.
He's found himself losing so much time waiting to get on safely, and he's in 13th now.
Yeah, you do like to see it. You do like to see it though with his clean driving, waiting for everyone to have gone past before he's back on track. But yeah, really unfortunate how this race has panned out. Oh, Dab Nunes.
We've got 3rd, 4th, and 5th in a great battle, and Passe as well as catch up in Serial Kill. You'd think he's going to make a move soon.
Yeah, Passe he's been quiet this race, but he's looking to make his moves now. And I think Lars Noppert will really hope Dab Nunes slightly falls back from Kali so he can make the move.
Yeah, I will say they've done very well with penalties at the moment. Obviously, now I've said that, they're going to come flooding in, but you don't like to see penalties decide a race. You do like to see it earned on just pure track pace.
Out in front, it's Jordan losing a bit of time to Jeroen.
Yeah, Jeroen just got a purple sector 3 in that lap.
Is Jordan slowly losing his tyres here, or is Jeroen just really cranking up the pressure?
I think Jordan is in a comfortable position. He doesn't need to push. Jeroen, I'm not sure whether he's burning his tyres to catch up or he is just a faster driver. We've seen that he's been very quick this season. But at the moment, I think Jordan can afford to drive at 90% or so.
Yeah, and it does look like Jordan has a better fastest lap for now. But it's interesting to see that it's only 1.2 seconds in it now. I don't think Jordan's giving it everything, just trying to keep his car under control for now. He won't want Jeroen on his back with him anytime soon.
No, I think soon enough, we're seeing it now, Kali has dropped out of Jeroen's DRS. So now it's really going to be, can Jeroen catch Jordan in time? If Jordan can keep him out of DRS, he's golden. But the only time on this track that it can really help DRS is the overtake you need.
Dab Nunes is really getting onto the grass on the braking. Somehow he's not lost too much time there. It's game physics right there.
Yeah, I think Serial Killer could have took advantage there, but he's just dropped too far back. And Passey's going to go for a move. He's going for the outside line again. He's gone for that a second time. I don't know why he's not choosing to do the inside line. But
oh, I've just noticed
he's got it
something.
off this
Serial
time.
Killer has damage. Left-hand
Oh,
side
he
of his
put that
wing, he has end plate damage.
I tell you what I'm thinking that might be. I've done it a few times. Hitting the wall on the outside, going onto the straight.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wouldn't
Maverick's now
wouldn't
got a
surprise me.
penalty, and what looked like was going to be a great weekend for him, he's retired in the pits.
It's really
I think was it
unfortunate.
retired? Yeah.
It looks like Jordan's cracked up the pace a little bit. He's pulled away a few tenths again from Elon. I think it's just a yo-yo effect.
I think it's your own actually, because Callie's back into DRS.
Oh, yeah, might be. Or of course, Cali has picked up the pace. Who knows?
Callie's in DRS, Dabnoo's in DRS, Lars is very close. This is going to be very, very interesting for our
Oh, this
opponents.
is spicing up for the last few laps. And now Jeroen is back within DRS of Jordan. Can he stay
Jordan,
in it?
Very
Ooh.
professional drive at the moment.
Yeah, it's professional, but he still has to watch out for Jeroen behind. But it looks like he's kept him out of DRS for this lap. But it's 4 laps to go now, and Jeroen is really going for that win now. You can tell.
Yeah, I think at the moment Rocky Raccoon finally shows his pace, but it's going to be too late. As the most I could see him getting potentially 6th this race.
Yeah, it's I just don't know what happened to him and his pace. It's just not been there.
This could be a race that he looks back on. Doc not here, he really needed to take advantage, and he did in qualifying and in feature race. He got really good points, but if you want to be fighting someone as fast as Doc, when he's not here, you need to be taking advantage.
Yeah, Lars nog wat tapping the back end of Dab Nunes now, and he's really trying to go for the move. Oh, down the inside here, it's risky. He's spun the first feature race. He's not quite going for it now. It's he's learned.
He's going again, and he's getting a bit impatient now. He needs to just think a little bit.
Oh, that's a really good run out of there. Is he going for the inside here? It's risky. It's risky. Is he going for it? Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it down the inside. Doesn't have the best line for this corner though. Oh, wait, does he? Around the outside
He's
maybe?
Get a better run.
Oh, not quite.
Oh, that was great defending by Dabnoons. Didn't leave him enough room. Offered him the curb if he wants to take it, but Dabnoons just touched the inside curb, and that's not going to help his run. Lars is going to have a much better run, and you think he's going to get him here. DRS on, forcing him all the way to the right.
That is some move. Lars is
everything he could possibly do to hold him back, and he hasn't been able to. Oh, what a great cutback! That is amazing.
Dab Nunes, oh, slightly wanging wheels. Banging wheels.
Careful, Matthew, careful.
Oh, has he made the move stick? Yeah, Lars has finally got past that. They've lost so much time to Cali up ahead.
He's going to come back now, Dabney, but he's not going to be able to get him here. I wouldn't go for the move.
No, he shouldn't. He's going onto the grass there every single time into that corner. I don't know why. And something
that was really, really great racing. Dabney, he did everything he possibly could to try hold him back.
Something I have noticed, Jeroen got into DRS, at least it said it on my screen, but he didn't open it for some reason last lap.
I think that's a bit of a glitch.
Yeah, it must be a glitch because he's done it now.
A glitch in a Codemasters game? No.
Surely not.
Rocky's now up into the back of Serial Killer, who's dropping off from Passey, and if Passey, if Serial Killer can't be in Passey's DRS for much longer, you'd think Rocky's going to get the move.
Passey around the outside here of Dab Nunes? Not quite. Dab Nunes has dropped off a lot. I don't know what's happened to him, where he's just made a mistake or
and I think this is the difference, is Passey's going to have DRS and Dab Nunes, and I'm not sure what's happened. He's going to get the move now on the inside. He's gone for the inside line this time. And he's forcing very wide, very good.
A switchback for Dab Nunes though. Is he going to make this one stick? Side by side again through turn 3 into turn 4. Trying to keep it around the outside, but Passey outbreaks him. Lovely stuff from him.
Jeroen now was within 3 tenths of Jordan. He is really putting on the pressure now. He wants that race win.
Yeah, he wants that win at his home race, of course. And the way it's looking right now, he has one massive opportunity for it, and he just needs to get this Sector 2 and Sector 3 right to close up onto the back of him.
Yeah, your own really needs to just not make any mistakes, pick his move wisely, because if he doesn't pull it off, it's not going to happen. Jordan, I'm not sure whether he's just been happy with being in first, but he really needs to start pushing now if he can.
And Rocky Raccoon looking for the move on Serial Killer. Both have the DRS, but of course Serial Killer has the damage.
Oh no! And that
they've
was
come together
Serial Killer.
slightly. Oh, and that.
They pushed him on track. Oh, and Ryan's got very, very lucky there.
Yeah. But now, looking forwards to Jeroen, we'll ignore that incident for a little bit. Then Jeroen doesn't look close enough to Jordan. I think Jordan's got this one now, and he set the first lap. He's really pushed that lap. Oh, Jeroen, Jesus. I don't know, I think Jordan just broke very early there. I think he might have shot himself in the foot because Jeroen is coming at him here into turn 3. Oh, Jordan's got the move now.
Right, I think Jeroen's going to think about that DRS zone. And I'm not sure what... Jordan's going very slow all of a sudden. And
yeah, he's broke incredibly early into turn 1. Even caught Jeroen off guard, who will be braking as late as possible, of course, but that was very early from Jordan.
Yeah, I think this last DRS zone's probably going to be the move where it gets made, where Ryan B's on Dab Nunes now, but we'll cut back to this front two at the moment. The fight for the win on the last lap. This is what we like to see in racing. We love to see this.
Yeah, it does. I don't think this DRS zone provides enough of an opportunity to get past, and it looks like Jordan's got it for now.
It looks like Jordan's done just about what he needed to do. That fastest lap, he showed when he had to push, he could do.
Yeah, it looked a little bit shaky at the end, but for the rest of the race, he's pulled through, and he's going to get the win here, unless he messes up massively here.
Very well played. He's going to get DRS. I don't think it's going to be enough now, and Jordan
not quite enough.
Is going to come across the line to win the sprint race, first from first, just like we saw in the feature.
And Lars.
And Ryan B is going to get the run of Dab Nunes. Is he going to get him across it? No.
Not quite. And picking up 8th place with their team. Rocky Raccoon will be disappointed. I don't know what happened in that incident.
It was very... We've seen it. We saw it in the feature race. Just poor decision making from Serial Killer. He just turned across left and carried on turning. I don't think he realised that Rocky's car was up against his own.
Yeah, and then now Suribo. He's done well to stay on the leading lap, and we'll just go on board with him for the final lap. What were your thoughts on this sprint race?
I think Jordan did a very professional job. Just like the feature race, we saw like if you start first, you've got a very good chance of winning the race. Yeah. Jeroen showed some incredible pace once he got through who he needed to get past. It just wasn't enough, and I think he'll look back on that first corner on the last lap and think I could have done a little bit more to get past Jordan there.
And yeah, well, looking at the two races, who would you say your driver of the day is?
I think we'd have to say overall it would be Jeroen. I think he maximised from the feature race especially. Passe had a really good showing, Lars had a really good showing, but overall I think I'd give it Jeroen.
It's hard to say in honesty. I'd have to go personally for Lars. He got P2 in the feature race and P4 in the sprint race, which I don't think anyone's quite done as well as him.
There's so many people that had a great race, especially that sprint race. It was really good racing to see. Division 2, no penalties, which is really nice to see.
Yeah.
I think I should learn something from a few of these.
Well, I hope you do learn and get a good result in D1, of course. But here, looking at the podium, it's a very good win for Jordan. He must be really happy picking that one up in the sprint race after a not so fortunate feature race. But he got the sprint race pole in a feature race, and he's made it work. He converted it into the win, so he'll be happy. Yeah,
I think Jordan did a really good job there. Just they had much needed win for him, I think, for confidence. He had a few at China. He was on for a podium in both races and just kept getting caught out. I think this is going to be really good for the confidence. I think Rocky Raccoon will be disappointed that he didn't capitalise on the sprint race.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
But overall, we're coming back into it. Not over at all. Jeroen's on great points, Doc's on good points, Rocky Raccoon's on good points. It's looking like a really good championship fight.
Yeah, and just going through the results really quick. Jordan in first, Jeroen second, Kali third, Lars Nogbot 4th, Passe 5th, Dab Nunes 6th, Ryan B 7th, Dirtim 8th, Rocky Raccoon 9th, Dom 10th, Zero Killer 11th, Polito Alex in 12th, and behind them were
Ibo and Maverick.
Yeah, Ibo and Maverick. Thank you very much for that.
Maverick on for a great race, but on both races and just little mistakes. And you have to think, if he'd have got past on the last lap of the sprint, how different could his on the feature? Sorry, how different could his sprint race have been?
Yeah, it's just those little mistakes under a lot of pressure. I'm all too familiar with them. I've made them multiple times myself. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but it happens. And well, with those both races done, we're going to be signing off for now. Is there anything you'd like to say, Jack?
No, I just think it was a really, really good display of racing. Obviously,
Yeah.
a few mistakes here and there, but overall, Division 2 really showing that the top end of Division 2 especially is just as much competition as Division 1. No penalties in the sprint, very, very clean battles. We saw a lot of turn 1, 2 and 3 action. I think they should be proud of themselves, every single one of them tonight.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's been a pleasure having you join me for tonight again.
Well, of course it has. I'm amazing.
And well, I'd like to thank everyone for watching if you've stayed up to this point, and I hope you join us for Division 1 in Formula 2, where we'll see Jack Dylan Nolan winning both races and getting the fast lap and pole position.
Yes, we will. Up the sandals, everybody.
Up the Sandals FC, let's go. And yeah, thank you very much everyone, and good night.